Hey everybody, we're back. It's Shreddy, and it's Vintage Pokemon 100 Bros on our second episode together. So that's really cool.
Cracking open a cold one. It's going to be a long
Nice.
one.
Yeah. We're just gonna go. We're gonna see how it feels. So what I'm excited about right now is because there's a bunch of comments about like the Japanese cards, vintage Japanese cards. A lot of people really like that stuff. And when I was going over the video, I was like, I wonder that base set box, the Japanese base set box that we started out with last time.
Yeah.
Is there any way to tell if a Japanese base set box is a missing symbol?
The missing, the no rarity one. So as far as I'm aware, there's no way to tell from the actual box itself without cracking it open. My understanding, going years and years back, of the no rarity cards were that they were originally from the theme decks. So, you know, the decks that you showed, I can see them on your shelf there.
Right.
So the cards in the holo cards in there are no rarity. So I read, like, this is going back 10 plus years. I always thought, the cards I came up with the deck are no rarity, but you can also pull no rarity cards out of the booster packs. Now, I've seen on Instagram, as some point last year, someone was selling a booster pack that was a short stem. So I've actually got one of my booster packs here. So as well as the box I've got sealed, I have an opened box with 4 or 5 loose packs left. So there's one of the packs, still sealed, and that is a long stem pack. And this has the 300 yen on there. So I remember seeing something on Instagram that was, I think it was a short stem pack, and it might have been 291 yen rather than 300, which was the no rarity. I might be in the mixed round. I'll have to do some research into it, but there might even be somebody watching who knows if there is a way to tell. But I think it's got something to do with the price that's on the pack. There's 2 versions you can get: 300 yen packs, which is this one here, and I think it's 291 yen pack, and you get the long crimps and the short crimps as well. So there's some way to kind of distinguish them between that. But I just
kind of like when you're looking at shadowless packs for base set, how they have the long stem and they have the cards on the thing. Okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering. And like you mentioned before, like with the theme decks, I saw SM Pratt showed, like, if you check a barcode, like if it ends in a certain number, and there's a high chance that it could be the no rarities. And when you open it up, there's like a booklet that comes in it. Oh, I think I have the booklet back there. That, if you has this booklet, then there's a chance that it's a no rarity. And then I know he talked about like the booster packs, and I also saw on eBay, people saying this is the 200 something yen, this is the 300 yen. So that all makes sense now.
It's probably, what I'll do, and we can maybe cover this in a video itself, we can maybe do a topic to say like how to tell the difference between the packs. I'll do a little bit of research to kind of come up with a list of the identifiers. And I don't think, and I might be wrong, and I might find out, I might prove myself wrong with a little bit of research. I don't know for sure if there's a way you can tell for 100% if it's going to be a no rarity, or I don't know if it's just one of those things where if it's got X, Y, and Z, it's a higher chance of having the no rarity symbol.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I don't even think I've ever watched anybody open up a no rarity symbol pack. I think I've watched them open up a no rarity theme deck thing, like I had, but I haven't ever seen them open up the pack. I need to look that up. That'll be pretty cool.
I've not seen anybody open Japanese based packs in a long time. Like, you see,
Leonhardt did. I think I think he did a few months ago, and he got like a whole bunch of chances.
I was actually going through. So on my Instagram, I don't know if you saw this post the other day. I posted a picture of Leonhardt, had a picture of his Pokemon suit on.
A
picture of him, and I took a picture of me holding the Team Rocket case with like a Hawaiian t-shirt on, and I captioned it something like, I'll find the Instagram post now, and I'll maybe you can, if this goes on YouTube, this bit.
Yeah, I think I saw it. I'll upload the video.
I'll read the caption.
The image.
Really good response. Let's just have a little look where it is. Yeah, so you versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. But when I was actually going through that, I actually saw something on my Instagram stories from a while back. he said, and this is a common misconception that people have
Mm-hmm.
about Japanese base. He did an opening, and on it said every pack, before he did the opening, every pack of Japanese base contains a holo card. Now
It's
that
like
is a big
50%.
misconception.
It's 50%, right?
It's like a 1 in 2 kind of product. So typically from a box, you would expect there's 60 packs in a Japanese box for anybody who doesn't know. You'd expect like 1 in 2, so 30 holos out of the entire box. Leon had like mistakenly said that you get a holo in every pack, and that's because every Wizards of the Coast era Japanese booster, Japanese set that followed base set had a holo in every pack. So you had Jungle, Fossil, Rocket, the Gym 1,
Heroes,
Gym 2, the Neo set. They all contained a holo in every pack, but the base set didn't.
Yep. It's funny you said that because like I think it's like the second or third YouTube video I ever uploaded was about that. Was about me being like, how like, oh, I get cruddy pulls all the time. And then it was like a little skit video. It's so cringy. It's so terrible looking back. Oh my goodness. And I have like funky music in the background, and my brother's saying something and I'm saying something. And then I go, these are the packs that you can get that are guaranteed a holo. And like I said, like you mentioned before, like the Jungle, Fossil, all those old Japanese packs after base that are WotC. Or I mean, they're not WotC in Japan, but like those era.
Like WotC era,
yeah, those WotC era. All have the holo. And then there's like special anniversary packs that people like Champions Path and Shining Legends, and just like those packs that in the English side, they also come with like holo guaranteed as well. That, I mean, a lot of people don't really know that. Like, it's weird being into Pokemon as much as I am and as much as you are. You kind of just take for granted.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. You're like, what? You don't know that? I was watching somebody else's video, and then you're looking at these Jungle cards, and they're like, oh, I don't know where this card's from or where that card's from. And you're like, wait, how do you?
Yeah, how could you not know? It's like weird, like you say, because we just kind of like, I'm 30 or 34, I think he says.
Yeah, 33.
Oh yeah. So it's like for us, we've got like this has been like our like life since we were kids. It just comes as like, it kind of goes back to what I said last week about you have this bit of your brain that just stores information about Pokemon. It's kind of that thing, like to us, it's just we know this. It's almost like, oh, how did you not know that? But then if you take a step back and you think like, if somebody is just new to the hobby, how would they know this kind of stuff?
Exactly. And what I always try to do is like, I look at the Dragon Ball Z cards because I know absolutely nothing about them. And then I'm looking at them like, oh, like me looking at these cards is how somebody who doesn't know Pokemon looks at Pokemon cards or something. So I'm just like, bah.
So this was not planned, or it was off topic, but when I was a kid, I collected some Dragon Ball cards, and I've literally got just a random sleeve here that's not in a bind of just random Dragon Ball cards. So got some there. Now these are the old Panini cards, like from when I was a kid, completely separate to the Dragon Ball cards that are out now. But exactly what you say there, like I look at these now, I'm like, what the hell are these cards worth? Like, are they good? Are they not good? I don't know.
Exactly. And I'm just like, I don't know if it's super shiny or something. Does that make it good? That's all I know.
I've got that random Dragon Ball card as well. Like,
I think I have that card too. I didn't really collect. I think my stepbrother just gave me all of his Dragon Ball Z cards with his Pokemon collection one day. And so I have like 12 old Dragon Ball Z cards that look like that last one that you showed. But I don't know anything about them. I can even tell you the characters' names. I'm like, which one's Goku?
Yeah, really? Are you not a Dragon Ball fan?
No, I always thought about getting into it, but I never have. If I could see season 1, I don't know if season 1's on Netflix or something, but if it was, I'd probably start watching it.
Yeah.
I don't have anything against it. I just never really got into
it. Yeah, I got into that. So it was like Pokemon when I was a little kid, and then I remember end of primary school is when Cartoon Network started playing Dragon Ball Z, and that's how I got into it. And then I collected the card. I had a lot of like Dragon Ball Z figures and toys, but cards, I had a couple, but it was nothing like, I've still got my cards from childhood. Obviously, I've just showed some there, but nothing compared to, Pokemon. But like you were saying, it's that thing of, I look at these cards now, and even Yu-Gi-Oh! To some extent, because I've got a Yu-Gi-Oh! Collection from way back, and I look at my Yu-Gi-Oh! If I pull my Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards out now, I'm looking through those, and I'm like, I remember bits and pieces, but I'm kind of like, right, what sets what's worth what rarity is what card, and it's just like a whole other world.
Yeah. Oh, so getting back onto the Pokemon content,
Yeah.
I asked you to bring a card, and I brought a card, and I kind of mentioned it earlier, which is the one that I brought is a no rarity. I don't know if you see it, but it's a no rarity Tangela. So that's what I like.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't really know about that. Tangela is one of my favorite Pokemon. Kind of
Right.
just became one of my favorite Pokemon when I was doing the YouTube channel. And
Yeah.
yeah, just that no rarity. I feel like that's also a thing that's starting to jump as more people are learning about Pokemon and seeing that Japanese is the original set and then going, what? There was this no rarity. And then another thing I wanted to bring up, which I'm sure you know, but I don't know if all of our viewers know, is there is the no rarity base set, and then there's the no rarity Japanese cards that are kind of like the promos that came in like theme decks. So you'll see like later versions, and people are thinking that these are, oh, this means it's a first edition, or this means it's kind of like the same as those base set ones. But that's a common misconception, and it's those are cool cards too, but they just meant that they came in like a theme deck or a special set, and not they're not necessarily like first edition or anything.
Yeah, so it was only, as far as I'm aware, it was only the base set that had, I don't want to say misprint, but it was the early print of kind of the first edition print that had the no rarity base sets. But then, like you say, as you get theme decks from other sets, because I know they have the Neo decks as well. I remember opening a few Neo decks back in the day. Those cards have the no rarity, but that's just to kind of signal they're from a deck rather than they're another print run.
Exactly. All right. So what did you bring?
So I didn't, well, I've got a whole bunch of things with me here, but the thing that I wanted to kind of show off, and it's not a rare piece whatsoever, but it's not a single card. It's this here, which is not, I remember I got this when I was probably 10-year-old. My dad took me to a local like gaming store to pick it up. I'd seen it. I saw it for a while. I saw it in magazines because, like, when I was a kid, magazines were like a massive thing, especially for like the leaks for Pokemon Gold and Silver, what the new cards are going to be. And I remember seeing this, and I was so excited for Generation 2 for Gold and Silver. And they had this theme there. They had this folder. It's like a binder. For anyone who's not seen it before, it's got the 3 starter Pokemon and their evolution lines. And this costs like, I think it was £15. I don't know if the price sticker is still on. Don't know, but I think this cost me like £15, like in 2000. And it was one of those things where I thought, oh, one day this is going to be worth. Like, as a kid, I thought, oh, one day this will be worth an absolute fortune. And then you can pick these up until last year. You could still pick these up for like £20. They're literally not the price, because the reason for that, if anyone's wondering, is these got printed to death, like absolutely mass printed, because of how popular Pokemon was. So there was just so many printed, it didn't become a scarce item whatsoever. However, for kids over here in England, this was like super rare because it was your first chance to get the new starter Pokemon. You had them in like this class display case. You can see the back there. It's got all the energy symbols on. The binder itself is hollow. And you got even the folder itself, like, so when you would just look at this on the store, you could kind of see a little sneak peek
of the rare ones, the hollow ones. Yeah.
But to actually see the hollows in full, you had to pay for it to actually get the thing. So that's one of those things that I've had since I was a kid. And yeah, I literally remember the day that I got it. And it's just because Generation 2 for me, as a kid, was such a big deal. Like, that's one of my favorite pieces. It's not particularly rare, not particularly valuable, but it's just one of those memories and pieces for me that I really, really enjoy.
Yep, I think I actually just put a bid on one of those a while ago. Like,
how much are you looking to get it for?
So I have 3. Oh, I had 3. I had 3 of them I bought last year, or maybe 2 years ago. The beginning of my YouTube channel, I bought 3 of them. I actually did a giveaway. So I did a giveaway for one of them. And I opened another one, and then I have one. I had the open one, and I have a sealed one in my closet right now.
Yeah.
And I believe when I bought those, I bought them for probably like $25-$30.
Yeah.
And then I think I was going through all my stuff, and I looked at them. I was like, I wonder how much they go for now, and if I should buy one again. And I put a bid, and I think I had it up to like $70 or $80, and then it went over, and I was like, I already have one. I don't want to go that much.
There's actually another. Well, I'm sure you'll know about this, but again, for the viewers that might not, there's actually another 2 binders. That's called the Neo 1 binder, the promo binder. There's the Neo 2 and the Neo 3 sets. which contains off the top of my head, I can't remember which one was which, but there's
one of them had the evolutions and the other one had a Charizard. Yes.
Yeah, there's like one's the evolutions, and then one had like a reverse holo Charizard, which again, it's, I don't want to say the term undervalued, but it's one of those cards where it's a Charizard, it's got a sick reverse holo effect, and it's not like that expensive to buy, really. But the last time I looked at the prices, it wasn't, super expensive to buy. But yeah, there's 3 sets. I don't actually have the other 2 binders. I've only got that one.
Me too. Same here. Man.
Yeah,
because I wasn't connected to those other ones. Like, it was connected to that first one. Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, I didn't even know that the Neo 2 and the Neo 3 binders existed when I was a kid, because you got to think back to like 2000, 1999, 2000, when Pokemon was really popular for us. The internet wasn't a big thing back then. You had like dial-up 56k or maybe even 28k internet. You might not have had it. I don't think I had the internet at home until I was a little bit older. So information like that wasn't like, they had no social media. Even if you could get online, there was no social media. So to find these items, it was literally, unless you were in a shop, like a specialist gaming store or like a hobby store that had an item in, or if you had a magazine that showed something, you had no idea what these cards were.
Exactly. And then going back, I don't know, I'm just so excited, like, this Japanese topic and stuff again.
Yeah.
Because I got some people reaching out to me about like that Mewtwo that we were talking about, that GB Mewtwo,
the Game Boy Promo. Yeah.
And then one of the guys told me, was like, did you know that there was this non-holographic GB promo of a Fearrow? And I was like, and some of the Fearrow cards, for some reason, I don't know, it's because it's like there's those like theories of like Fearrow and Ho-Oh kind of like being related somehow because they really look alike. Right. And some of the card arts of Fearrow, like I believe that there's a Blaine's Fearrow or like some Gym Hero Fearrow that just looks amazing. And
there's a Lieutenant, I think it's Lieutenant
Surge. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Lieutenant Surge Fearrow, where it almost does look like a Ho-Oh or something. Yeah, it just looks really majestic.
Yeah, it's a really good looking card.
Yep, and this non-holo Fearrow, this Game Boy Promo one, it just has like all these.
I've seen that one. I'm gonna have a
look it up.
I'm chatting to you.
Yeah.
So is it the Fearrow GB Promo?
Yep.
Fearrow GB Promo. Let's have a little look, see if I've seen this one before. That's a card I've never ever seen before.
Yeah, same here. I love it when I find new cards I've never seen before.
So when was this one from? Obviously Game Boy, so it's like an old card, but when was this released, or what's the story behind this one?
I don't really know too much. It's just the guy just reached out to me. It was like, oh, I have a Mewtwo that I can sell to you, but I think I was like, I don't have that much money right now. And he was like, have you seen these GB promos as well? He was like, this one comes up in Japanese markets every once in a while. And they usually go for like 120, 140 bucks. So I was like, wow.
Was this at the back of the last video that we did?
Yep.
Oh, you'd have to pass my name on to that guy then.
Yeah, hopefully he does it. He sells a lot of, I'll put his information maybe up on the screen too, because he sells a whole bunch of Japanese cards. I want to say he was like, he does bulk Japanese vintage holo, sells like, I think it was 1,000, or I think it was 1,500 for 1,000 Japanese holos. Right, it was either 1,500 for 1,000 or 1,000 for 1,500, something crazy like that. Then he had a whole bunch of listings of like all these like he sells hundreds a week or something. Of
it must be like a full-time kind of seller or like a retailer or something. Yeah. So is he based in Japan, or is he in America?
I think he's in America. I think he has a guy in Japan who's his go-to man. Yeah,
no, that's a really nice looking. I'm just looking at the art there of the Fearrow, and like you say, you can kind of see like with the wingspan and the art style, especially the background, like it's kind of that cell shaded-y, comic-y style, but you can kind of see like the resemblance between that and Ho. So that's like I've never seen that card before. That's really cool.
Yeah, I love, and I don't know. There's so many things I want to collect. Like when you look at Pokemon, like I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start collecting Tangela. Oh yeah, I'm gonna start collecting those vintage Japanese cards. Oh yeah, I was like, I've really noticed that Ho-Oh cards, not Ho-Oh, but like Fearrow cards are really awesome.
When you think like that card, that Fearrow, for example, that card will be, I want to guess, I'm going to guess that card will be from the late 90s, maybe it's 98, 99, because obviously Japan was way ahead of us with cards by the time we got them. And we've been collecting cards since like 99 all the way through. And that's a card that would be over probably like 24, 23 years old. And I've never, ever came across that, like, ever.
Right. How does that happen?
Crazy.
And it's a really awesome card. And I love it.
I understand
love it when that
modern
happens.
cards are cards that were maybe, you know, released from 2005 onwards, 2006 onwards. Like, there's a ton of cards I've never seen before, sets that I don't know of. But like when it's a card like that from like the kind of era I collect, it's like so bizarre to see that. I've never seen it before. No, that's probably his, if that guy watches this and can reach out to me, I'll hopefully he'll strike a deal for that Fearrow.
I think I'm sure he can get one, but I actually contacted another guy I know that deals in Japanese cards, and I told him, I was like, hey, I'm looking for this card now, and he was like, I think I can get you one, brother. So hopefully hopefully next month I could grab that one, because I think it's a bit under the Mewtwo. So I think I could grab that Fearrow, and then I could save a little bit, and then get the Lugia or the Mewtwo.
Yeah, we have to. No, that's we'll have to do like an mail day video, call out mail day video where we
when we get the card, like the Fearrow game, the Mewtwo game. There's so many cards like on my I need to get list.
I think I don't know if we spoke about this briefly last week, but on my kind of to get list now, it's a more modern cards. Not by no means is a vintage. It's the full art trainer cards of red, blue, and green with the Pokemon.
Yeah, the one that I showed last time. Yep.
Yeah. So off the back of that conversation, I've been looking at those on eBay and Facebook. I had one guy on Facebook who I posted in a Japanese group that I was buying one. He asked for like £340, and the price I was seeing on eBay was like 170 to 200. So he was asking way over that. So I found one at the minute. It's like the cheapest I found was like 170. So yeah, I think I'll be putting a couple of offers in for some of those listings I found, and hopefully can pick one of them up pretty soon as well. But I think I might actually look at some of these GB promo cards and try and get some of these added to my collection as well.
Definitely. And I guess since this video, I'm going to try to, we'll talk about more of like the littler known Japanese cards and Japanese promos. That picture that you mentioned before too, was that the Team Rocket case with the promo Giovanni and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Those cards are gorgeous.
I picked that. I've got it on my list to make a video of that. So I picked that that case up last year in January, February, April. I want to guess around May time, maybe it's June time. I think I picked that up. And the price of, I'm glad I picked it up when I did. The price of it has gone crazy. Like, I think it's gone like 3.5, 4 times what I've paid for it. So it
wasn't cheap too from the get go. It was probably a couple hundred or something.
I got mine for under £3,000. But even still, that's like, I think it was like 2,700. I want to kind of, for some reason, I've got that figure in my head, like 2,700. It was definitely under £3,000.
So you bought it for under three. You bought it for like £2,000. 2,000.
Yeah, I bought it for that much. Yeah. It was expensive. Yeah, it was an expensive purchase. Considering you get 2 cards in it and they're not graded as well, it is a very expensive purchase. But the kit, it's just like the whole thing with that. So the cards are graded. The cards aren't graded. The cards are sealed. They come in like a briefcase with like the Team Rocket R logo on. It's like jet black case. Super, like, looks super cool. You get the sleeves in there as well. So like when you buy an extra trainer box, like the sleeves, you get Team Rocket sleeves. You get a Team Rocket deck box. You get a coin. And obviously the 2 cards. So it's the Giovanni card and the Jesse James cards. The Giovanni cards is arguably the best looking trading card I have ever seen. Like,
it looks so boss, so badass.
Oh, it is. It's like, even though I am a vintage collector and I have so much nostalgia and love for everything from that WotC era, I think the Giovanni card just kind of put everything out the water. The Giovanni card itself is absolutely incredible. It's inshreddable, as I would like to say. It's absolutely amazing. And I don't know if you've ever seen that in the BGS Black Label. So I'm a huge BGS guy.
That would look so awesome.
I've seen a couple of them on Instagram, the BGS Black Label Giovanni, because obviously the cards, it's got the gold kind of trim, or the yellowy gold kind of trim, and the card art is black, the background, the Giovanni in the middle.
Sure, we'll have it up here
Black
like
label.
This whole time.
yeah. With that Black Label, it's such a cool looking cards. So yeah, I've got those two in my collection. I actually want to do a video about, because when I bought it, I did like an unboxing video of it, but it was literally just like I spent a couple of minutes unboxing, I quickly showed it off, and that was it. But what I would like to do is do a bit more of like not a cinematic, but a bit more of a stylized video, kind of showing the art off a little bit more and giving a bit of background about it, because that's one of those pieces that whenever I post one of those cards on Instagram, or if I post the case on Instagram, I always get questions about it. It's either people know what the card is and they comment how great it looks, or it's people who say, oh, this looks really cool. What is it? So I think it's one of those pieces where it's like not super well known, because it was obviously a Japanese exclusive, but because it looks so cool, it's just one of those things where like I think would make a good topic for a video, kind of show it off, give the backstory, and give a little bit of information about it. So make sure to subscribe to Shreddy to see that video.
Yeah. And did that come out in 2016? Was that like a 20th anniversary
20th
card?
anniversary. Yeah, our 20th anniversary, yeah.
This
is something that I was randomly thinking about. I was actually going to drop you a message about this as a topic for us to talk about. We had, and it was that specific set that made me think of it. So in 2016, we had that 20th Team Rocket case as the exclusive. What have we actually got this year for the 25th anniversary? Everyone's been hyping up, and myself included. I thought this was going to be a huge year for Pokemon.
Right, so did I.
Like, where's the Pokemon Days being and gone? So you would have thought that they would have had something big for around that time.
Yeah, people like it's going to be a Neo Genesis
like a reprint.
It's going to be a fossil reprint. Maybe like something like Evolutions, but we want to get like that old Blastoise and old Venusaur. Put those arts in there again. That would be really cool. Something like Legendary Collections, just all of it reprinted.
A new set coming in October, which is going to be like the 25th anniversary set. I know that's coming in October. There's no information on what's going to be yet, so it could be something along the lines of a Legendary Collection kind of set where it takes, the best arts from the What's the Year and reprints them. It could be in maybe Generation 2. It could, who knows what's going to be. But in terms of like an exclusive promo set or an exclusive kit like we had with the Team Rocket, we've had
Mario Pikachu. It's like, we also had the Mario Pikachu, which was awesome. There's no Mario Pikachu level promo out right now. There's no
we're in March. There's only like we're a quarter of the way through the year. So, it's, I don't know, there's nothing major being announced yet. So I don't know if we're going to get anything at all that's as exciting this year. I mean, hopefully we do. But as of now, I don't know, that there's nothing being announced at all.
There's that delivery. Well, the delivery Pikachu came out already, but there's that delivery Charizard and Pikachu.
Yeah.
I don't know when that. Does anybody else know any? Because people were saying, "Oh, that's going to come out when like Shining Fates comes out or something." Just stuff like that's going to come out in late February.
Yeah,
and it never came out. I swear, I checked the Pokemon Center website every single day looking for when that Charizard's going to come out, because I missed the Pikachu. I'm like, I'm not going to miss that Charizard. And like every day, I'm like, do I need to buy something?
Currently, I don't know if you saw the Master Ball that the Pokemon Center was selling for Pokemon Day, but apparently the Pokemon Center only ships to the US. They don't ship like to the UK. So I couldn't buy the Master Ball. I don't know if you saw it. It wasn't a card. It was just like a replica Master Ball.
I saw the Pokeball. I don't think I saw the Master Ball.
So it was just it's by the Wand Company, I think it's called.
Yeah, something like that.
It's essentially that, but the Master Ball version. It was like limited to 5,000 pieces or something. So I missed out on that. Hopefully, if the Charizard is going to be exclusive to America, hopefully I'll be able to get my hands on one of them without paying 10 times the retail cost of this.
Right.
Those delivery Pikachus have gone crazy.
I know. Don't remind me. That's the one thing that I'm really bummed that I missed out of, just because, I mean, I still don't think it looks amazing. There's so many other Pikachus that look better.
Yeah, it's a card for me personally. Like, it's been hyped for the price, and it's now an expensive card, but it wasn't on my radar. So it's one of those ones where I'm like, I really don't care.
Yeah, and it came in during a time where it's like Pokemon was already super, super, super hyped. But it is an English exclusive promo, and it is a Pikachu card, so that is cool. I mean, it does have that going for it. So I imagine it's going to dip a little bit, but in the end, it's always going to be a pretty valuable card.
100%.
Yeah, a pretty awesome card.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What else? What was I going to say? Oh, I had something big. Oh, what do you think about the Diamond and Pearl remake thing? Because I never played the game, but I know that you played the game a lot.
I played it. Yeah. So when I watched the Pokemon Direct whenever it aired, and I think it looks cool. I saw the Legend Arceus game, which looks like a step forward massively for the franchise.
I'm excited about that one. I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, that looks good. The Diamond and Pearl stuff, though, for me, I would have preferred the way that it looks like they're doing, and obviously we've not played them yet, but the way it looks like they're doing the Diamond and Pearl remake, I would have preferred that treatment for the Let's Go Pikachu and the Let's Go Eevee games. As good as those are, I just feel like it's a little bit dumbed down, obviously, with the Pokemon Go and the mechanics of catching you can't battle wild Pokemon. It's a much more streamlined approach, whereas with the Diamond and Pearl, the footage we've seen so far, that just looks like a much more authentic representation of the older games, but modernized, and it will have like the better quality of life features and the better graphics and things like that. So to me, it's like, it looks really good. Diamond and Pearl was one of the, well, pretty much anything past Gen 2, I struggle to pick specific Pokemon out of. But I remember playing a lot of Diamond and Pearl when I was at college and at university, playing it, kind of getting the bus to and from university. Ruby Sapphire, I didn't skip out when I played them, but I just couldn't really get over that. I couldn't really get into them. Diamond and Pearl, well, it was Diamond Pokemon Platinum that I actually played. I really enjoyed that. So when I saw those were being remade, it was like, yeah, I'll be getting them. So I think that'll be good. What about you?
I think it looks all right. Like, I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna play it. And I mean, it's something that people have been asking for like a long time. It seems like it's Diamond and Pearl remakes, Diamond and Pearl remakes.
Yeah.
So I tried, because I have the game over here, but I never played it. And I have whatever the Game Boy system is that you can play it with.
The DS, I think.
Yeah, I have a DS. Yeah, I have a DS. It's like kind of broken, but I tried to play it the other day, and I was like, it's just, I was like, and the battery wasn't working on the DS. So I was like, I'll just wait until the remakes come out.
Yeah.
But I'm more excited about the Arceus thing, definitely. But I'll definitely play the Diamond and Pearl.
So yeah, I think the Arceus, probably more excited about that.
And Snap and Pokemon Snap. Yeah, I'm really excited.
Pokemon Snap for me, it's one of those things where I'll get it, but I'm not overly excited for Pokemon Snap 2, because I remember the first Pokemon Snap, even as a kid, I thought it was not a bad game, but disappointing, because
there's no battling.
Yeah, it was no battling, and it was on rails. It was that thing of like, we went from playing the Game Boy game, which was, just those 2D, very basic graphics, to the N64 and Pokemon Stadium. It was like, oh my God, imagine if like this was a full Pokemon game, and then made Pokemon Snap, and it was like on rails. There was no exploration. There was no, I don't know, it just wasn't like what I wanted as a kid for the N64 was that 3D Pokemon experience, that normal kind of adventure. So to get Pokemon Snap, it was just one of those things where it's like, it's okay, but it's just one of those games, like not a great lot of depth for me. Loads of people seem to be excited about Pokemon Snap too. So for those fans, it's great. Everybody likes different things. But for me personally, it's like, I'll get it because it's Pokemon, but I'm just not too hyped for that.
I think when Pokemon Snap came out for me, it was just a whole new experience and way to enjoy Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then there was just like getting the different angles of the photos, or using the flute and the berries and trying to unlock or make the Pokemon do certain things.
Yeah.
But it was a really, really short game. It's like, I want to say you beat it in like a day or two, even that. Yeah, and like being a little kid, I think I was like in like middle school, and me and my brother and sister were just like, oh yeah, we beat it now. We took a picture of Neo.
What now? Yeah.
What now?
A great deal of replay in that kind of game. It's not like with the normal Pokemon game, you beat the Elite Four, and then it's like, all right, now I can level up all my Pokemon at level 100, or I can go and catch all 150 Pokemon, or whatever it might be. I can battle with my friends. With Pokemon Snap, it was like, I've beat it. Like, do I just replay the same levels? Like,
yeah. I mean, you get new tools, and you can figure out, kind of like new things you can take photos of, and the music was like the soundtrack was really cool. I think Pokemon does an awesome job with like the music in all their games.
All my YouTube videos, there's like, it's mainly Pokemon remixes from like whatever game it is. It's like a remix to get past the copyright.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's the kind of stuff. Yeah, the music on Pokemon's always great.
Yeah, that's a big thing. All right, so let's see what else. Oh, so if Pokemon gave you the power to create a 25th anniversary set or promo, all right, they give you the power to make a promo and to make a set, what would you do? What would be in it?
So the promo is more of a tricky one, so have a little think about that. But for the set, it's literally like, it's one or two things. It's either a reprint of, not a reprint, it's a legendary collection styled set where we go back to those sick reverse holo fireware cards. We would have cards from, I suppose you got evolutions, but you would pick out, I'll talk back in the vintage era cards here. So you would pick out the best of everything between base set all the way up until Neo Destiny. So obviously the first legendary collection only covered from base to Team Rocket. For the Evolutions 2.0 or the 25th anniversary set, for me, it would be a celebration, legendary collection style of Pokemon between base sets. Maybe skip the gym sets out because that didn't introduce new Pokemon, but definitely saying that Team Rocket didn't introduce new Pokemon, but the art in Team Rocket is sick. So I don't know. It'd be a combination. Like it's hard. It would be a combination though, definitely. What the hell? Throw some of the gym. You had Rocket's Mewtwo. You've got the Rocket Zapdos. You've got the Rocket's Moltres, Blaine's Moltres, Blaine's Charizard, Blaine's Arcanine. Those like are just cards that stand out to me from the gym set, which are like not super cool. Team Rocket cards, like even if you look at the common and the uncommon cards from Team Rocket, the art on those cards is
like that Squirtle and the Charmander. They just look awesome.
The Machoke always stands out to me, like he's holding a boy. Look at his red like just that Team Rocket set. Really, the artwork absolutely nailed on that look of like these Pokemon are evil and these Pokemon have been like corrupted. Like it just nailed that so good.
Yeah, some people don't like the Dark Charizard artwork, but I think it looks awesome. It's like he doesn't even care. It's like
it's
like oh, you see his back, but he's like turned around and it has like that nail flick attack. Like
he's like so cool kind of thing. But I mean, for me, the standouts of Team Rocket, I know this is derailing the question a little bit. The standouts for Team Rocket were the Dark Blastoise and the Dark Raichu cards. Both of those are two of my favorite arts ever. But like you look at that entire set and you'd be able to pick out some of the commons and the uncommons to put into this 25th anniversary set. So it'd be cool to kind of revisit, because I don't think Pokemon has done any dark and light Pokemon in cards for a long time now. So it's cool to kind of incorporate Generation 1, Generation 2, and maybe do something like what they did with the Evolutions, where, you know, they have like the full art cards, like additional things. I mean, it would be a huge set combining, you know, so many from there. So they'd have to be very selective. But I mean, if they wanted to go all out on that set, they could easily make it a 251 card set featuring every single Pokemon from the first two eras, the first two generations. Put the reverse holos in there, a couple of trainer cards and full art trainer cards with the different gym leaders and things like that. That would be like my ideal kind of set. But if I had my way, the cards, that would be about 500, 600 cards in the set, so it would just be far too big.
Yeah, me too.
Plus with the reverse holos, so
yeah, when you're saying that, that's making me think. So I think just like a Neo Gen, Neo Discovery, Neo Revelation kind of set. Master set with like that legendary collection style. So we'll have the fireworks, maybe, and then to have like a shining Gyarados firework.
That would be so cool. Imagine that though. Like, would they make the reverse holo of it blue because it's water type? Or could you just think, like, let's just, you know, change the game and have the reverse holo effect red? That would look so sick.
Ooh.
Like a nice red shimmery look. Do you know what I mean? Like, even though it's not a fire type card, but for that reverse
shining holo, dark Gyarados. That would be ridiculous.
Mega Evolution Gigantamax.
that gigantic. Gyarados doesn't have a Gigantamax form, huh? He just has what do they call it? They have the Gigantamax and a Dynamax. I think he just has a Dynamax form. A Gigantamax.
VMAX is the card. Yes, so the Dynamax is when they grow big, and then the Gigantamax is like the unique form.
Yeah.
But no, I think, my idea, the fanboy in me would say, right, everything from base set up to Neo Destiny, legendary collection reverse holo styles, full art trainers, include every gym leader, include all the E4 characters, include all the characters from the anime. But yeah, that's never going to happen. So a more realistic set, like I was actually hoping for something like a Neo Genesis reprint. Basically, you know how they did evolutions for base sets.
Mm-hmm.
When they first announced it was going to be like a 25th anniversary, I was hoping for a Neo Genesis set to get the same treatment. But I would much rather see the, like what you suggested, everything from the Neo kind of get like that master, like the greatest hits kind of like that Mario All-Stars, like the Pokemon All-Stars of Gen 2. Because in that way, you'd also get some of those Generation 1 Pokemon in at the same time as well. So it would kind of be like a homage to, like, the golden era of Pokemon, which to knock, Gen 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, Pokemon just has never been that crazy popular. I know Pokemon is hot now and Pokemon cards are hot now, but in terms of just mainstream, everybody, excited for Pokemon, nothing's going to beat or come close to that 99, 2000 time frame.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's pretty wild right now. It was pretty wild a bit ago. And like originally, like if we were to have this conversation a few years ago, I would be worried that like a remake of like Neo Genesis would hurt the value of the Neo Genesis cards out right now. Yeah. But seeing how what Evolutions did to base set, it didn't really mess it up. It just blew it up even more.
You would probably have like because any sets like that aren't reprints. It's not like the reprint in that original run.
Which I don't know too much about Yu-Gi-Oh, but I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh kind of does. Like I feel like
just on the cards all the time, yeah.
It's like they reprint and they'll like have first edition and they'll have other things. I'm like, wait, I don't understand. I don't understand enough about Yu-Gi-Oh to know, but when I look at them, I'm like, this looks like an exact reprint.
So with Yu-Gi-Oh, you can literally have like, I don't know the figures, but like there will literally be, off the top of my head, 24 variations of like the Blue Eyes White Dragon, which is like their version of Charizard's. There'll literally be 24 versions of that exact same art, exact same holo effect. Literally, to look at the card, it's the exact same. The only distinguisher is there's like a little code under the graphic. There's like a tiny little code which signals what set it's from. So, for example, LOB-001 is Legend of Blue Eyes, card number 001. Yeah.
It's like even the date's the same. I want to say like on the bottom because like I've gotten like the reprinted packs, and like the date still says like 1990 like or something. I'm like, 99 or something. I'm like, what? I'm like, I just bought this from Target. I was like, how do I? But like you're saying, it'll say like LOB dash and like a bunch of numbers. And I think that's like when you go to sell it, all those numbers kind of like
that's the only thing. Whereas with Pokemon, I know we talked about TP6 and base set Japanese last week and how they do like a really good, homage to that. I mean, if you look at the English cards, at least Evolutions, it's similar to base set, but it's not an exact replica. It's not an exact reprint.
Right.
The closest I've seen to an exact reprint post WotC era, because obviously they had Legendary Collection and base set too, is what we're seeing this year with those jumbo cards. The artwork and the card layout for the jumbo Pikachu, Blastoise, Charmander, Squirtle, and then the Gen 2 stars, that looks the exact same art. It's just got the little 25 Pikachu with the little 25 on, but the card layout's the same, the colors are the same. There's literally no difference between them, but it is a jumbo card.
Yeah.
I like this. If the Neo sets were to get a reprint, like an Evolution style reprint, it wouldn't have any negative impact whatsoever on those original Neo cards, in my opinion. If anything, you might just see a little bit more of a buzz around Generation 2 kind of gaining Neo, gaining a little bit more popularity, which would drive the higher end collectors back to paying more for those original Neo cards. So it might, if anything, actually bump the price up of those older cards.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't answer the question about the promo. What kind of promo would you do?
So if it was going to be a 25th promo, I personally would like to see a Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur art of the three like together. Maybe put the Pikachu on there because obviously Pikachu is Pikachu. It's the mascot of Pokemon.
Yeah.
But if you think back to like what really kickstarted Pokemon, it was the games, and you started Pokemon were Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur. Pikachu came a little bit later with the popularity of the anime and like the kind of add-on for that.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, the anime was almost a advert or an infomercial for selling the merchandise, selling the games, selling the cards. So to just kind of have like those three starter Pokemon, some really cool art. Just
like,
you know,
like is it Cardass or Top Sun where they have a card like that, and it's one of the most beautiful cards ever. It's like a holy grail card. And
is it the one where it's got red in the middle? It's got red on there, and
they're like sitting down around them or something. The starters are like
one?
Yeah. I think so. I'll put it up here, but I love that card. I wish I can get it. I'll get it in like super damaged condition. Just so I can get
I think I know which one you mean. So actually, I've got it just down here. So this was something else I was gonna kind of talk about a show because we're always talking about Japanese cards today. So I've got it's not the entire collection, but it's all Pokemon. Let's just turn this around.
I have like maybe 15 of those cards, but yeah, I don't have that Charizard. I have the Charmander. That's the only one, and the War Turtle.
So this is like the Cardass, and again, this is one of those things where to me it's like, everybody knows these, but there'll be a load of collectors that don't know what these are because these preceded what we know as Pokemon cards now.
Mm-hmm.
These were like before them. I want to say that the Top Sun cards came before these even. I don't know which order they came in. I don't know if it was Cardass first and Top Sun, or Top Sun then Cardass.
I want to say Top Sun, but I'm not 100. I can't put money on that.
I've got a feeling it was Top Sun.
Because like whenever I see Top Sun, a lot of places people are like, this is the very first one, like the Top Sun, no numbers and stuff like that. They're like, this is the first kind of art of the Pokemon printed in the card. But I couldn't tell you. I mean, that's just from what I heard from other people.
But those Cardass cards, I know exactly which card you mean. With like, it's got the trainer red on, and it's got the starter Pokemon, and it's such a class card.
Yeah. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Like if I had that card, it'd be like
real cards.
Real cards. Oh, so amazing. There's a few others
back then of Pokemon. Like I think it's back upstairs. I have the trainer's manual from the Game Boy game, and you just like from Pokemon Red, the original, and you flick through that, and the art on those is just absolutely amazing. Like it looks so good.
Yeah, it's like the Sycamore, and like I got this art right here that you can't really see. I'm gonna move my camera up to see if you can see it. But like this,
that's
right
nice.
there, I just love it, and it's kind of like that kind of Sycamore kind of shading and coloring.
That looks really good.
Yeah, I just love it. Let me fix this now. Okay, it's kind of all right. There's like so many, like when we're talking, I'm like, we gotta talk about this next. We gotta talk about this. We gotta talk about that.
Man. We can't talk about it all in one go.
I know. Yeah, that's true. I guess one more thing before we go.
Yeah.
Because this is something that I saw the first time we did this talk as well was jumbo cards, because you had the Legendary Collections box, and I think I saw the Blastoise reverse jumbo card right there. And I'm just I started collecting some vintage jumbo cards. Like I have the vintage jumbo Pikachu. I have this vintage jumbo Coral cards. I was wondering if that's something that you collect too, or what do you think about
hold on just a second. Again in this folder. So I have got quite a few, and now I always thought as a kid, I remember seeing jumbo cards and thinking they were so cool. I think the very first jumbo card I saw was the Legendary Birds, the 3 birds.
Yeah. That's the first one I saw too, and the first one I got.
The way you got that in ink. So I remember seeing it for the first time. It was one of my friends had it in a folder. I was like, where did you get that from? And it came free in like I can't remember what the magazine was, but it came free in like a magazine over here in England. So of course I went and bought the magazine for the cards. And that's kind of when my love of like jumbo cards started. I'm just trying to find my jumbo cards here. But then I've seen recently on Instagram, like over the past year, a lot of people don't seem to like jumbo cards.
That's what I'm amazed of. I'm like, I like the cards because they're beautiful. There's that art aspect. And then I look at the jumbo cards, and there's some amazing, beautiful jumbo cards. And I'm like, wait, what's the price of this? Because I'm thinking it's going to be like a whole bunch, and it's like it's not. I actually ended up getting this card because one of my favorite artworks ever is the Skyridge Ho-Oh, and that card is just ridiculously expensive.
Just the box topper.
Yeah, so I got the box topper.
Yeah.
So because the box topper was like way less, and I was like, and it's bigger and it looks just as amazing. So yeah, I picked up the box topper, and I'm able to display that like up in my collection. I'll probably just put a picture right here of what that looks like. But yeah, and then I'm looking at more coral cards. Yep, there's the legendary birds.
That's the first one. That was the very first jumbo card I ever saw. I always liked how on the back.
Yeah, not for play use.
For play use, like as if you would think.
I wonder what card's next.
Yeah, that's the actual one I had.
Card right here.
Yeah.
I wonder what he has when you're holding your hand up and you one giant card.
Well, I've got like 2 of those.
Mm-hmm.
As well, which is like the base set Pikachu art. So I've got 2 of them. That one's really bad condition, but I think I can't remember how I came about that one, but I've got 2 of them. I've got the legendary birds, and then I've also got, which is a little bit more of a unique couple of cards, I think. So we got this Charizard.
I was just looking at that. The other day, I was just looking at that Coral Charizard. I didn't even know it existed. And then somebody was like talking about the Charizard collection. I was like, I was going to look up how much, but just being a Charizard, I'm like, that at least has to be.
I've got no idea what the cost of that is. But I mean, it's not the greatest condition. You can see like at the top, there's a little bit of like damage and creasing and some scuffs on the back. But, it's like cool cards. I've got this, which is one of those cards I really like. And this is in really good condition.
Yes, that's one of the next ones I was going to get. I saw 2 cards because I was going to get one jumbo card, and it's either going to be that one or it's going to be the one that I decided to get, which was like, I think it's a Clefairy and a Pikachu, and it's just other Coral. I'll just get it real quick, just for showing it.
Yeah. Go and grab us.
Hold on one second.
I'll keep the viewers entertained by flicking through cards.
Yeah, so I was looking at that one that you showed of them in the water, and then there's this one right here. And
I've seen that one for that's so imagine that style of art, but with the 3 starter Pokemon for that 25th promo. Like, how cool would that be?
That would be glorious. That would be so awesome.
So I've got this card here, which I think was that Black and White. That's the villain from Black and White. I want to say I could be wrong.
Oh yeah, I think I saw the movie with him but I don't think it was Black and White. He was like the collector. That was the guy from the Lugia.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. For some reason, who's the guy in Black and White? The villain?
I don't know. Is it N? He kind of looks like N, right?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, but no, you're right. That now you said it, that's the guy from the collector from the Lugia film. Mm-hmm. So I've got that as another jumbo cards. This one here, which I don't even really know what the story behind that one is. It's just a card that I've got.
Oh, that is really awesome.
Second anniversary in the top. So I'm guessing it came out like maybe on the second anniversary of Pokemon. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, and I could almost guarantee that a lot of these jumbo cards that we're showing right now, you could probably get online for like $30 or $40. Like probably not that Charizard. That Charizard's probably going to be, I imagine, over 100, maybe a couple hundred. But all these other ones they usually just sell for 30 something, 40 something bucks.
Yeah, not too expensive at all. This one is a one that I think that you like. It's one of my favorite arts.
That's the one I saw earlier today. Yes, that's the one. I'm like, I gotta get that card. It has it's like a surprise Pikachu, and you got Mew, and you got Mewtwo. Like before we did this, I was like, I gotta talk about since we're gonna talk about these Japanese cards that a lot of people don't know about. I was like the jumbo cards, the Coral jumbo cards, and that art. Yes, I think that was the one that I wanted to bring up. That's so cool that you showed that card. That is on my gotta get list. Like I feel like that's another card that it might be going Like I imagine it might be a little bit more than $30, just that one.
Just because it's a Mewtwo, yeah.
Just because it has Pikachu, Mewtwo, and
I
Mew on
might
there.
check the
But
prices, and then the next week's episode, we can maybe just do a quick rundown of what the prices were. I'll have a little look, and we can kind of update people on what those were. But and then just these here, which is the Legendary Collection. So I actually have two of these Blastoises. One which I pulled from that box myself when I opened it, but I've got like a duplicate. So I've got like the Blastoise, the Charizard. There's the Mewtwo.
That's so awesome.
Dark Raichu. And that annoys me so much because that art from Mewtwo is such a sick.
It is so awesome.
But it's not even a holo card in the set. Like they give it like a really cool reverse holo treatment, and they made it a box topper.
But no holo.
In the actual set, it's just a regular rare card. Yeah, it's a shame that art never was actually a holo, because it's one of my favorite Mewtwo arts. But yeah, I don't know why they did that.
I want to say there's the artist who did that Mewtwo as well. I think he's like
Jumbo Collection.
I think he's like a Magic the Gathering artist too. Or I don't know if he did like a lot of Pokemon, but I heard something about him.
I saw on Instagram only recently, I want to say in the past month, somebody showed a picture of the Legendary Collection Mewtwo, and then it was like a swipe, and it was some kind of flower of I know nothing.
The Black Lotus, the dark Black Lotus, I think.
It was like yeah. So maybe it was that. It's apparently the same artist from them both, but I know nothing about Magic the Gathering, so it kind of meant nothing to me. But yeah, the same artist on Magic as that did that as well.
Yeah, and I think that if that's the artist, or that's the card that I think it is, that's like the holy grail of cards in Magic the Gathering. Right. And then so that's interesting. And then he did that Mewtwo. That just makes it that much cooler.
Yeah. So I'm guessing it was a black flower. So yeah, it must be that card. But like I say, I know nothing about Magic, so that's something for me to learn.
Yeah, I guess. Well, we can't talk about everything in one episode, even though I want to. just continue talking about everything. But I guess I'll give a little.
We need content for episode 3 anyway. So
yeah. I guess we'll get a little synopsis. Is that there's awesome Japanese cards everywhere, and some of them can still be affordable. Like the GB promos, we had that Ho-Oh we talked about. We had the missing symbols. We had the jumbo cards. Yeah. And I think I said the no rarities. It's just
the no rarity cards.
Just I think we just talked a little bit more of that iceberg. We're just showing a little bit more of that iceberg, and as we're discovering, we're gonna keep on seeing more of it. So
I don't know. Maybe we could ask. Maybe you should keep this bit on the YouTube and kind of put it to the viewers and ask them what they want to see us talk about next. So would a topic about affordable Japanese exclusive cards be of interest? Because there's a ton of cool Japanese cards out there that people probably aren't aware of. So we could maybe put together like a little bit of a list and recommendations and come up with some prices. We could like do something like that. We can kind of just keep showing off like specific cards. We could go over rare cards. Like we can maybe leave it to the viewers to decide what they'd like to see.
Yeah. That sounds good. Let us know down below in the comment section. I'll pin a little comment too. It's just like what kind of things you want us to talk about, like related to maybe Japanese promos.
I'll put a poll up on my YouTube community page as well. I'll put a couple of topics there. Just drop over, vote for it, and obviously put comments down below on David's video, and we'll check it out and we'll see, what you guys want to see, and we'll start planning some of these videos and put them together.
Yeah, that sounds good. And then next time, I also want to talk about your badass editing techniques on your newer videos.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Those are looking really good.
No, I appreciate that, man. Thanks.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see you guys later. Thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. All right. I'd see you, man.